Everyone in the back, good? All right, welcome to the Tucson Regional Championship Game post-game press conference. For Grand Canyon, we have head coach Greg Wallace, student athletes Tyler Wilson, Cade Verduzco. Questions? Who would like to start?
Beside the game, can you guys put in perspective just what this weekend meant, getting here and getting the 2 wins for you as players and for you, Wally, in the program?
It was a special way to end the year. I've told these guys all year, I've been here for every Division I Grand Canyon baseball game, and I knew that this was the best team that's ever suited up for the Lopes. What we did in conference play in the regular season, winning the league by 5 games, I just knew that in my heart that these guys deserved an opportunity to show how good they are, and then to come into what everyone said was the toughest regional and beat 2 really quality programs, make it to a regional championship for the first time in program history, and be one of the last 32 teams standing. It's the right way for these 2 guys sitting beside me and all of our guys to end the year, because I thought that's the type of team we were all year.
Yeah, it was just awesome, to think that our season was done, and then to be able to come to a regional and kind of do what we do. I know we didn't end on, the best note, but I'm just so proud of my team and the way we fought all tournament. I just thought there was no quitting us, and yeah, man, I'm so proud of my team.
Yeah, I can't be more proud of the guys and, our coaching staff with how they've kind of handled everything this year. Obviously, it's not the way we wanted to go out, but, just to get the opportunity to come back here after getting a couple tastes of what a regional game is like earlier on in our careers, I think that was just a blessing itself, just to come here and get that opportunity and then to go on and win 2 games. That's pretty huge for our program, and then that just makes us feel a lot better, just, with how the season's going to end, Like I said, I can't be happier with the guys, and I can't be more proud of just how we handled everything this year.
Coach, how do you think just like these historic wins over the weekend, how do you think they'll help the team's morale going into next year?
Oh, I think it's, I said earlier, this is huge. It's just these guys have set a new standard for us. So we know what it feels like to be playing in a regional championship, and hopefully that's the standard that lives on at Grand Canyon in the future. So I told the guys who are seniors that won't be coming back that they set the standard, and I told the young guys that now it's their job to continue it and keep this going. So we don't want to be a team that, hey, you gets here once and then you never hear about Grand Canyon in a regional again. We want the standard to be that every year we're competing on Sunday to go to a super regional. And so I just think experiencing it, knowing what it feels like, seeing the teams that you have to compete against and what they look like, it's another step in the right direction for our program, which we have a goal of being a top 25 perennial team.
In the back.
Coach, you've now seen West Virginia 2 days in a row, first time that you guys have ever met. What makes this WVU team just so hard to go up against? What makes them a good baseball club?
Yeah, well, first of all, Coach Mazey, congratulations. He's had an outstanding career. I had to coach against him when I was a really young assistant, and he was at TCU, and he taught me some things. He kind of schooled me then, but I just have a ton of respect for him. They were really athletic, so that kind of what stood out to me about them. That middle infield was really athletic. They made some incredible plays, and then their pitchers had a great tournament. So those lefties were tough. The righties that came out of the bullpen, both those righties today were tough. So I think their pitching and their defense and their athleticism stood out to me as why that they were the tournament champion.
Coach, how did it feel to be last team in the state standing?
Oh, yeah. I think that obviously, just to be one of the last 32 was something that was incredible. We would have loved to go on to a super regional, but to make it to a regional championship round was a special feeling. So I think that's who we were. I think that's who our program is a top 40 type of program, and to be one of the last 32 was incredible.
the way you guys jumped out in the first inning, you chased their starter without getting an out. I think your first 5 batters reached. Huge inning. I mean, another 3 runs could have been even bigger. I mean, what happened after their pitching, was it just totally different from what you saw with DW as far as their pitching coming in and doing the job for them?
Well, these guys faced him, so I'll let them answer that. I do know that they, this was, maybe they saw that the earlier game was offensive, the park was playing offensive. From our scouting report, Major and Estridge were 2 of their better guys. So I think that they wanted them, in the middle and at the end, because thinking that maybe this was going to be a high-scoring game. Not positive what their strategy was, but it seemed like they knew what they were doing with, having those 2 arms kind of in the middle innings and at the end of the game.
Any more questions? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to our postgame press conference for our Tucson Regional Champions, West Virginia. We're joined by head coach Randy Mazey, student athletes JJ Weatherholt, Logan Save, and Aiden Major. Questions for coach and players?
Congratulations, Coach, on first Super Regional, and then comment about that, and then just getting out of that first inning when they chased your starter, but your other relievers came in and did a great job.
Gosh, they sure did. Mage hasn't pitched in, I can't even remember the last time he pitched. Cincinnati. It's been a month since he's pitched, and showed some real toughness out there. Carson Estridge showed some real toughness out there. Grant Hussey may have had the best weekend he's had as a Mountaineer. He really competed well and battled, as did the two guys on the far end out here. But for you guys that don't know much about West Virginia and our program, this winning here means a lot to a lot of people, because we're not blessed with pro teams in our state. We don't have NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball. It's us and Marshall are the only two Division I schools, and we probably capture 90% of the fans in our state. So to win a regional like this, we represent a ton of people, not just our university and our community, but 1.8 million people in the state of West Virginia that I know are really, really proud of all of these guys right now and what they accomplished.
For all the players, when you knew that your coach was going to be retiring after this year, and as the season went on, he had mentioned at the beginning of this week he wanted to keep going for as long as possible. How much have you guys been motivated by wanting to have him be able to keep being your coach for as long as possible?
It was for me being here for all 3 years. It was not easy to hear. Coach Mazey here next to me is the reason I came to West Virginia to begin with. So to hear that this was going to be his final year, I know, these two guys next to me and the other 37 guys that we have in the locker room, it means the world that we're able to do what we're doing right now. And, to set, or I guess do another first in program history, which it seems like we've done every year since I've been here. It's incredible, and to be able to send him out on this note, I know we're not done, but no matter what the end is for us, to send him out on a note that West Virginia's never done, it means the world to all of us.
Yeah, super similar to what he said, but I know, when the news first came, I was obviously happy for Coach, because, retirement's it's a cool thing. He'll get time to spend with his family and his kids that he's lost since he's been coaching for so long. But with that being said, obviously I was a little bit sad just because he's been my favorite coach that I've been with. But I knew from the start of this year we had a chance to do something special, and all of us had come together, and, we've used it as a reason to motivate us. And when we don't feel well, we can remember that, this is Coach's last year, so it doesn't matter how we feel, we got to go out and do something cool for him.
Yeah, off what both of them said, Coach Mays is the man, and by far my favorite coach that I've played for. Obviously, it wasn't great news when he told us at the beginning that he was retiring. We all felt that, but we haven't really talked about it much this year, and we've just gone out and played, and we all talk about it, and it's like, let's do it for Mays, and that's been kind of what we've been saying these last couple weeks is let's do something cool for Mays, and this is pretty cool.
In the back.
This is for Aiden. Being that you haven't pitched really since the first week of May, I know Coach Mazey had said entering this regional there was a chance that you could be back. Just what has the last month been like for you? And then whenever you did go in today in that type of situation, just how did it feel to be back out there?
There's been a lot of emotional ups and downs, and days where it feels like my world's ending, but there's also brighter days on that side as well. It's been a month since I pitched, but the whole coaching staff, it's been, hey, just take care of yourself, do what you need to do, be ready to go. We don't know when that moment's coming, but you're going to throw at some point, and it's going to be a big moment, and just be ready to go. And at the end of the day, I'm just glad that after a month of not throwing, that the coaches and this guy next to me, he still has the trust to give me the ball, and especially in a moment of the game that it was, and just I'm able to go do what I do.
No, Coach, just what does it mean to you being able to coach this team for for another round?
You know, it's, I said on TV, I've been to super regionals, I've been to Omaha a bunch. They haven't. This is in no way, shape, or form about me and how good I feel about doing it. I feel good because they're getting to experience something that they've never experienced. And next weekend, wherever we go, we don't know where we're going yet, but I'm going to try as hard as I can to win the super regional so they can experience the College World Series, because you can't put into words what that feeling is like. They'll remember it the rest of their lives. So they sit up here and say they're motivated by me. I'm motivated by them because I want to win a super regional for these guys.
In the back?
This is for JJ. The past couple of games here, some good defensive showings for you guys. I know Coach brought up Maisie, but you've had some big catches out there in the field as well. Just defensively, what did you see out there of your catches?
Yeah, just tried to stay locked in, make sure my prep set was good every pitch, trusted the positioning that I was at, and just trying to be ready for a ball hit to me and want the ball. I think, this weekend offensively it was a little bit slow, but I wanted to impact the game in as many ways as I could. And for me, I had the defense going today, which is a huge part for us, and just trying to bring energy for the guys. And so, yeah, just trying to be ready for every pitch and really want the ball is what I was doing.
Coach, had it always been the plan that to have Derek ready for the back end of this game, even though he threw 101 the other day?
That was never the plan until the ninth inning. But we rolled all the cards out on the table. If we would have had to play tomorrow, do you have any eligibility left? Because we would have been looking for people, because we shot a lot of bullets in that game, and once Derek comes in, then tomorrow's game would have become a real issue. But I just felt like that's what we had to do at the time to win it. It means so much to a lot of people, and Derek, as soon as last night's game ended, he came to me before I even came in here and said, I'm ready to go tomorrow. So put me in there. So he was ready, and he's a guy that can throw a lot of pitches. Pitch counts are all about how you train guys, and he trains in a way where he can handle that way better than a lot of other people. So if he wouldn't have finished this game tonight, he would have probably started tomorrow's game. But when the season is on the line and when a trip to a super regional is on the line, that's the guy you want with the ball in his hand, because he's only been here for a year, but he's a unbelievable competitor, unbelievable team leader, and don't be surprised if that little joker goes and wins next weekend, his game that he pitches in too.
Logan, kind of on that note, you're the one catching both Aiden and Derek the last several days. What did you see from Aiden, especially after not seeing him on the mound for about a month now, and then Derek tonight versus what you saw of him just 2 days ago?
Yeah, I mean, I've been catching Mage for a long time. He and I played travel ball when we were younger, so it's kind of like riding a bike with him. I mean, the past couple of weeks, he was still playing catch play and stuff, so I was still around him and talking to him and figuring out what he was working on and stuff like that. And Derek is, like Coach May said, he's just a winner. And, I mean, I have the most confidence in every pitcher that comes in.
Any more questions?
Aiden, can you just talk about JJ, that one play that he had at shortstop in the bottom of the eighth where he slid and made that incredible throw?
Oh yeah, and then I was in the dugout at that point, so I was on the sidelines just getting to watch it and watch it unfold. And I've got to experience JJ, what he's done for 3 years, and I can say full-heartedly that's the best play I've ever seen him make. And for him to be able to do that in that moment, and he said it himself, like, didn't have the bat going the way he wanted to, but he still found ways to impact the game. And in my opinion, that play, being able to make that at that time, it really sealed the game. I feel like it kind of took the last wind out of the sails for him, and that just there's only a few guys that can make that play, and he's definitely one of them.
We'll go to the back for our last question.
Randy, you said earlier that you've been to a super regional before, you've been to Omaha before, but does it feel different this year, maybe compared to years past? Is the feeling different?
Yeah, of course, because I want it so bad for guys who have never experienced it before. So I try not to talk about that much try and keep that to myself, but you have no idea how bad I want these guys to experience that. So when I make a bad call or call the wrong pitch or bunt when we're not supposed to bunt, that's why it bothers me so much, because I want it for these guys and the entire university, community, and the state. I want it so bad for everybody. That's why it's so stressful when it doesn't go well every day, because that's why it hurts so bad, because it means so much.
All right, thank you, everybody. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.